What does life actually look like when you're the fastest man alive? For Noah Lyles, most people only see one version of that answer, the one on the track. Explosive, dominant, a world champion carrying the weight of global expectations every time he steps into the lane. But that's only part of the story. Because off the track, everything shifts. The pace slows down, the noise disappears, and the version of him that exists there feels almost unrecognizable. Not because he walked away from the spotlight, but because the spotlight doesn't define how he lives when it's over. And that contrast is where things start to get interesting. Because what happens when your entire identity is built on speed, but your real life isn't moving fast at all? To understand that, you have to start with the one place he returns to every day, Clermont. His home isn't designed to impress. It's designed to recover. What stands out first isn't how big or luxurious it is, but how early it came into his life. Noah Lyles became a homeowner around 2019, at just 21 years old, purchasing the house with his brother Josephus Lyles. It was his first home, something he openly shared on social media at the time. According to the Orlando Sentinel, a long-established daily newspaper in Florida, Lyles described that moment simply: "I have a brand new house. This is the best life I could have asked for." And when you step inside, that perspective starts to make sense. The exterior feels clean and inviting, but not overwhelming. Walking through the glass front door, the space opens up with a sense of calm, almost like a pause after the intensity of everything outside. Wood-style flooring runs across the main level, including a formal dining area that can easily double as a home office. It's not designed to show off, it's designed to adapt. The kitchen is modern and practical, with upgraded cabinetry, quartz countertops, and enough space to cook or, just as realistically, grab something quick between training sessions. A walk-in pantry, along with additional storage, reinforces that same idea. Function comes first. A wide staircase leads to the second floor, opening into a loft that creates a second living space, less about entertaining, more about unwinding. All 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms are located upstairs, with spacious layouts, soft carpeting, and large closets that make the home feel lived in rather than staged. The primary bedroom carries the same energy. High ceilings, a ceiling fan, and large windows overlooking the backyard create a space that feels open, quiet, and breathable. Exactly what you would expect from someone whose body is constantly under pressure. Even the surrounding community reflects that balance. With resort-style amenities like a pool, tennis courts, walking paths, and recreational areas, the environment supports the lifestyle, but never dominates it. And that's where the shift becomes clear. This isn't a celebrity house built to display success. It's a performance environment built to sustain it. And for the fastest man in the world, the most important place is the one where everything slows down. But the way he lives doesn't stop inside those walls. It becomes even more visible the moment he steps outside. If you take a look at the garage of Noah Lyles, one thing stands out immediately. It's not about quantity. There aren't rows of exotic cars or an endless rotation of luxury vehicles. Instead, every choice feels intentional, almost like an extension of how he thinks. The Mercedes-AMG G63 sets the tone. Bold, powerful, instantly recognizable, but still controlled. It reflects strength without chaos, presence without losing balance. Then, there's the BMW 4 Series, a more grounded choice, built for everyday use. It sits right in that space between performance and practicality, something you can rely on, not just admire. The BMW i8 moves in a completely different direction. Futuristic, unconventional, and visually distinct. It mirrors the way Lyles presents himself to the world. Not traditional, not predictable. And finally, the Cadillac Escalade. Spacious, stable, built for daily life. It doesn't try to stand out. It supports everything around it. And that's where the pattern becomes clear. This isn't a collection designed to impress others. It's a collection shaped by someone who understands exactly what he needs. But the cars are only part of the story. What truly sets him apart shows up in how he expresses himself. After winning 3 gold medals at the 2023 World Championships, Lyles collaborated with a New York jeweler to create a custom ring, featuring a track-inspired design and the initials WC for World Champion. While exact details remain private, custom championship-style rings of this kind are typically estimated between $5,000 and $20,000. He has also been seen wearing a pave diamond chain during his 100-meter gold medal victory, designed slightly longer to avoid interference while sprinting. High-quality diamond chains like this can range from $10,000 to $50,000, depending on craftsmanship and carat weight. Another custom piece, a rose gold ring set with gemstones, was created to commemorate his Olympic achievements, with similar designs often valued between $3,000 and $15,000 depending on materials and detail. And then there's the fashion. From Adidas Dunamis sunglasses to high-end brands like Amiri, Simona Rocha, and Bode, his style doesn't follow a single rule. It evolves. It adapts. It stands out, but never feels forced. And that's where the bigger shift reveals itself. This isn't about showing off. It's about defining himself. Because when the entire world starts to see you as a symbol, you have to decide who you are beyond that image. And in Lyles's case, that decision is visible in every detail. Not louder, but clearer. But living and expressing yourself with that level of clarity doesn't happen by accident. It comes from something built much deeper over time. And that's exactly where the story of Noah Lyles becomes more complex than it looks on the surface. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Lyles currently has an estimated net worth of around $4 million, a number that may seem modest compared to athletes in other major sports, but one that reflects how track and field operates differently. To understand why, you have to go back to the beginning. Born in Gainesville, Florida, to parents Keisha and Kevin, both former track athletes, Lyles was introduced to the sport early, but his path wasn't straightforward. He was homeschooled for part of his childhood due to asthma and initially trained in gymnastics before switching to track at age 12. That shift changed everything. After watching the 2012 Olympics on TV, he and his brother made a bold decision. They would compete on that stage one day. And over time, that vision became real. With a personal best of 19.31 seconds in the 200 meters, an American record, he is now the 3rd fastest man in history at that distance. Add to that an Olympic title and 8 World Championship gold medals, and the performance level becomes undeniable. But performance alone doesn't define the income. Prize money in track and field is real, but limited. In 2024, Lyles earned approximately $133,800 from various competitions, including Olympic bonuses, $37,500 from the U.S. Olympic Committee for his 100-meter gold medal at the Paris Olympics, and $50,000 from World Athletics for the same event. At the 2023 World Championships in Budapest, winning the 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x100 meters relay brought in a combined $160,000. Diamond League victories can pay up to $30,000 per event, and Lyles has won multiple times across those meets. In 2025, for example, he earned $10,000 for winning the 200 meters at the Monaco Diamond League. These are strong numbers, but not enough to build long-term wealth on their own. And that's where the system begins. Sponsorships and endorsements play a much larger role. Lyles's primary deal is with Adidas, which he first signed in 2016 and extended in February 2024 through the 2028 Olympics. Reports suggest this is one of the most valuable contracts in track and field since Usain Bolt's peak era with Puma, with estimates placing Lyles's Adidas earnings at over $2 million per year. Beyond that, his partnerships extend across multiple global brands, including Celsius, Omega, Visa, Red Bull, Intel, Comcast, Coca-Cola, and Toyota, collectively adding significant annual income, with some estimates suggesting an additional $2 million per year from endorsements alone. But his approach doesn't stop there. Media and content have become another layer. He has appeared in projects like Sprint, the world's fastest humans on Netflix, and a Peacock special documenting his journey. At the same time, he runs a YouTube vlog channel, Grassroots, where he shares training routines and behind-the-scenes moments, turning his career into a narrative people can follow. Even social media plays a role. With a growing audience on platforms like Instagram, sponsored content and brand collaborations contribute additional income streams, reinforcing the idea that for modern athletes, visibility itself has value. This isn't the financial structure of an athlete relying on one source. It's a system, built piece by piece. Because in a sport where prize money alone isn't enough, success has to be engineered differently, not just through performance, but through positioning, branding, and long-term thinking. And that's the real shift. He may not be the highest-paid athlete in the world, but he's playing a much smarter game. Because in sprinting today, winning races gets you attention, but building a system is what keeps you there. And behind all of that structure, all of that strategy, there's still something else. Something much more human. Away from the lanes, away from the clock, Noah Lyles steps into a life that looks very different. One built not on speed, but on connection. On April 4th, 2026, he married fellow track athlete Junelle Bromfield in an emotional ceremony at the conservatory at Blackberry Ridge in Trenton, Georgia. And like many parts of his story, it didn't begin in a typical way. As Lyles told Vogue, Junelle decided to slide into my DMs, asking me the question, "Do you cook?" And so from there, it led to a very long 7-year story of us eventually meeting, falling in love, being able to be with each other, not being able to be with each other, and then finally getting into a relationship where we have always stayed together, and now have gotten married. That one simple message turned into years of distance, reconnection, and growth. Two athletes navigating not just love, but the pressure of elite competition. Their wedding reflected that depth. One of the most emotional moments came as a surprise performance by gospel singer Tasha Cobbs Leonard, a personal gift from Noah to Junelle. It wasn't just a celebration of marriage, but of faith. The couple shares a strong spiritual foundation, even taking part in a baptism together in October 2025, something that quietly shaped how they approach life beyond the track. And what makes their relationship stand out is how grounded it feels. They don't build distance like many celebrity couples. They don't create mystery or separation. Instead, they lean into understanding because they live the same pressure. Both know what it means to perform, to fail, to be judged, and to keep going. And that shared experience creates something different, a connection built not on image, but on reality. Looking ahead, Lyles has even shared a personal dream, wanting to name his first son Simba, as the couple begins to think about building a family of their own. For now, though, they're in what he describes as a fans year, focusing on creating memorable moments for supporters while continuing their careers. They live in Florida, close to their training environment, maintaining a lifestyle that balances intense preparation with recovery and reflection. And that balance shows in who he is off camera. He's still energetic, still playful, but he also knows when to slow down, when to step away and protect his peace. That same mindset extends into something bigger than himself. Together with his mother and brother, Lyles co-founded the Lyles Brothers Sports Foundation, a nonprofit focused on both physical and mental health for young people. Through sports camps, workshops, and mentorship programs, the foundation addresses issues like mental health awareness, bullying, and college preparation, while also providing real support to underserved communities. And unlike many initiatives that stay at a distance, Lyles and his brother are directly involved. They show up. They speak. They share their experiences. Because for him, the message is clear. Behind every athlete is a human being carrying pressure that most people never see. And that might be the most important part of his story. Not the speed, not the medals, but the ability to stay grounded in a life that never really slows down. Because in the end, being strong isn't just about how fast you run. It's about how steady you can stay when everything around you is moving at full speed. So the real question is no longer about speed. If you were the fastest man alive, would you know how to live with that pressure every single day?